everyone, Adrienne here, Indiana Backyard Gardener. I have been really busy lately. I'm so sorry that I haven't been making videos and having consistent content for you guys. I've just been really spending time with my daughter and my family because my daughter's going to be leaving for the Navy soon, and I've been doing so many other things that I have really gotten a late start in the garden. I tried to do a like a walkthrough the other day, but my phone was so full of pictures and videos from the things we've been doing lately that I didn't have any space. So it cut off like halfway through the video, but I'll get it edited and I will do the second half, and then I'll have that up for you guys. But today I was going to just give you guys some information. I was tempted to wear a mask out here because I don't know if you guys can see how hazy it is out here. You know, everything with the wildfires and the smoke that's been lingering. Yesterday I had a headache and my throat was kind of hurting. So I was tempted, like I said, to bring a mask out here, but I won't be out here that long. So all right, so I wanted to just bring you guys some information and to put it on your mind to start thinking about whether or not you're going to be doing a fall garden. We're about to enter in July, and if you're in zones 5 through maybe 7A, depending on when your first frost date is, if your first frost date falls anywhere from the second half of October to the first half of November, then this video would probably be for you. You guys that are in the warmer states, in the warmer climates, you guys can probably hold off for just a little while longer. But here in zone 5, I need to think about what I'm going to be growing in the fall, especially because I didn't have much of a summer garden. Like I said, I was late getting started and there were a lot of things that I didn't plant at all this year. But that's another video. I just wanted to quickly give you guys a list of some things that you could be thinking about planting for your fall garden. Now, some of these things you might have to start indoors because it's just going to be too hot outside for you to start these things outside, and you're better off starting them indoors if you have the capability, if you have the space, if you have the access, you know, granted that you have, you know, the capabilities to do it. You could start these things indoors under some grow lights. Ideally, you want to have them started 12 weeks before your first frost date. So, if you know that your first frost date is in the middle of October, then you have to count back 12 weeks, and then that would be the deadline for you to get things started, because you want to let them grow indoors for about 5 weeks or so, and then transplant them out. Transplant them out 4 weeks before your last frost date. So they have to be good and strong and ready to go outside at least 4 weeks before your first frost date. All right, so those things would be like the brassicas, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, kohlrabi, Brussels sprouts, kales, collards, things of that nature, beets, peas. You could actually do succession planting of peas. I've been succession planting peas and it's fine. Spinach, bok choy, tatsoi, chard, dill and basil, cilantro. You can probably wait just a little while longer and then direct sow that once it starts to cool, you know, just a little bit. But some of the things you can still be planting now to get a harvest before the fall, or like right into the fall. And that would be summer squash. Summer squashes take about 60 days. We're only entering July, so you'll have all of July and all of August. And September is usually still fairly warm, so I would say that you would be safe to start a succession planting, or perhaps maybe a first planting. In my case, if I decide, I'm considering it, to plant squash. Cucumbers, you can still plant cucumbers. You can still plant summer lettuces. There are some varieties of lettuce that you can plant in the summer that will hold up to the heat. So just when you're looking for varieties of lettuce, look for summer crisp lettuces. Spinach, there's a spinach called Matador spinach, and that one is also said, oh, I don't know what that is, a mosquito? There's a Matador spinach that is said to be able to stand up to the heat. I was planting that this year, and then I don't know what happened. I don't know if I ended up planting it or not, but I don't see it, so it didn't germinate. Onion sets, okay, not seed, but onion sets. If you can still find some at your local nursery or on clearance, you know, those are the ones that look like the little onions. If you plant those now, you can get a good harvest of some green onions. You won't be getting a big bulb because it's too late in the season, but you could still come out with some green onions. Peas, if you plant peas now, if you get them in a nice shady spot or give them some good protection from the sun, keep them watered well, you can get a nice harvest in the fall. Snow peas or snap peas would probably do best. Green beans, especially the bush varieties. They grow super fast, and you'll be able to get a really nice harvest by the fall. Leeks take a while to grow, but if you can provide them some protection when it starts to get cool outside, you will be able to get a nice small harvest. Smaller, and I'm not saying small harvest, I'm saying smaller leeks. Okay, you can, depending on how many you plant, you can get a nice big harvest, but they will be on the smaller side. This bug, oh my gosh. Maybe it's because I got this yellow shirt on. Okay, next on the list, chard. Okay, Swiss chard is one of my favorites. Swiss chard does great in the heat, and it does great in the cold weather. So chard is one of those things that you can probably grow just about all year long. Now, here's one that you probably are not familiar with. Some of you guys might be familiar with them, but they're called rat's tail radish. They grow in just 50 days. Okay, you harvest the pods and not the bulbs. So they're not actually those bulb radishes. Okay, so they grow and they have these long pods on them, and you harvest the pods, and they're really tasty in salads and stir fries. So give it a try, some rat's tail radish. Carrots can be succession planted all throughout, all the way up until the fall. They actually like the cooler weather, so they'll probably do better closer to the fall. Tomatoes, it might sound strange, but you can plant tomatoes now for a second round of tomatoes, so that when all of your beat up tomatoes are ready to come out, you have a fresh crop to put in, or you can start some to enjoy in the fall, some different varieties. Say you didn't get a chance to plant all the varieties that you would have liked to plant this year, and you can start some now and have those ready to go out and replace the ones that are spent. All right, so I think that was all that I had written down. I know that it's really exciting in July to focus on all of your harvests and everything that's coming in. But if you are considering to do a fall garden, then now would be the time to be thinking about it. Yeah, so like I said, do the math. 12 weeks before your first frost date is the ideal time for you to start seedlings indoors. A lot of things we still have time to grow. We still have about 2 months of summer, which is a full 60 days. And even into September, it's still pretty warm outside. So you have time. You can do some things. Look at your seed packets and see how long it takes for these things to grow. And you still have time to grow them. So if something didn't do well, if something didn't germinate, get something else in the ground. All right, guys, until next time, the more you know, the more you grow. Bye, guys.